is the next step for Danish design. We're moving away from modernism and industrial design towards something that is where the historic part has more value.
We talk about social value, we talk about research value, we talk also about demand value, and how can we kind of account for that?
What would happen if we change that from anthropos to the, or not from the Anthropocene to the Biocene? What would a Biocene look like, where we have life at the center of design, so to speak?
The problem that I see is that many times we don't understand what is the impact of this solution in the real world, in the social systems and the economic systems we are putting that in.
Or are there versions of such a promise that is more context dependent, on depending on how we understand what design is and who does design and what design is supposed to do?
They tend to seep into the design dialogue in organizational practice, even though they are not focal. They are not supposed to be focal, but they enter nonetheless.
With these communities, regenerative farmers in Zealand, but also bringing in consumers and supermarkets, policy makers, and a variety of stakeholders.
And that's an attempt to address directly this relate to both, you can say, methodological and theoretical responsible design for planet and humans.
So what is done with the rest of it? What if that rest of energy could be exchanged? What would be the transactions? What kind of social models would emerge if those could be exchanged? And what would be the rules of transactions?
Co-design, but doing it one person at a time, so it's not about democracy in that, sort of in the design process, but in the design outcomes, in the sense that there should be a design for all of us.
It takes a kind of a paternalistic approach. We deliver something, here you are, we improve your life. And say, well, we need to be more careful and say a fraternalistic approach will work with end users and stakeholders more like brothers, knowing that you can discuss and dialogue about things.
So the themes are citizenship and agency, about democratic participation, inclusion, wealth and well-being, togetherness, about communities, networks, social mobility, urban design, and ongoingness, these transitions in life, about transition, for instance,